Hii mbinu yote, kelele yote unaona kwa mlima ni operation Okoa Sakaya. Hakuna chama inaitwa UDA itakuwa kwa mlima 2027. Hakuna. Hata Ruto mwenyewe hata simama na UDA.
Timothy Simwa, K24 TV.
President William Ruto now says he is open to the possibility of converting the Kenya police operating in Haiti to a full United Nations peacekeeping operation. President Ruto, who is visiting Haiti ahead of his UN General Assembly address, has pledged to add 600 more police officers to support the mission. And as Martin Opiona reports, President Ruto has hailed the performance of the Kenyan squad despite ongoing violence in the Caribbean nation, as fears that gangs are targeting new areas causing further displacement emerges.
President William Ruto made a trip to the Caribbean country of Haiti. The president sought to find out in person how far the success of the mission is. In his assessment, Ruto was quick to call the naysayers of the mission.
As you will recall, your deployment was initially met with skepticism, criticism, and pessimism. But because of your courage, your competence, professionalism, and effectiveness in executing your mandate, this mission now enjoys strong national support in Kenya and global acclamation across the world.
According to Ruto, the Kenya police, who are part of a multinational security support mission, have succeeded in the mission. There is much to be done to secure the gang-led Haiti.
I have been briefed about the progress that have been made around the airport. I have also gotten an elaborate brief on what is happening at the National Police Academy, where we now have recruits being trained, a facility that wasn't working before. I have also been briefed about what is happening at the National Hospital, which had been overrun by gangs, and that now that has been restored by the collaboration between you and the Haitian National Police.
The head of state is promising to send another batch of 600 more police officers in addition to 400 that had been dispatched late June to complete the required number of 1,000 approved by the United Nations Security Council. Ruto is on his way to the United General Assembly, where issues Haiti are expected to feature. The UN Security Council is due to meet by the end of the month to decide whether to renew Kenya's current mandate for another 12 months, paving the way for a full UN mission in 2025. This would lead to increased funding and resources for the operation, which has been hampered by lack of equipment. President Ruto is open to the idea of a full conversion. The 15-member council is due to vote on September 30th on a mandate renewal. Among the concerns for the team is that the mission was inadequately equipped and needed helicopters as well as night vision goggles and drones.
So that friends and partners and many other people who believe in stability and peace can work with me at the UN General Assembly to make sure that you get the requisite support, human capital, equipment, and also other resources to make sure that you deliver on this mandate.
It is 100 days since the operation kicked off, and the gang is said to be moving to new areas amidst the escalated battle between the police and the gang. Martin Opio, K24 TV, Nairobi.
Meanwhile, members of parliament have been urged to set a budgetary allocation for grassroots infrastructural development and put in policy mechanisms to give full effect to free basic education while sticking to their oversight role. This follows a call made by civil organization groups appealing to the High Court decision that allowed the existence of NGCDF until June 2026. Bentina Kwamboka with that report.
Groups now want the outlawed NGCDF to cease operations by June 2025.
tunagojea kutengeneza makaratasi yetu, tuende mahakama ya rufaa, tukaseme kwamba mradi huu ukuishe kama vile Justice Mugore Dhande alivyosema kwamba ukuishe tarehe 30 mwaka wa Juni mwaka ujao. We are telling them, including the leader of the majority, that there is no legislative genius that can align the NGCDF or CDF or whatever they want to call it to the doctrine of separation of powers. Wakipitisha sheria nyingine ambayo ni kinyume na katiba, tutarudi mahakamani, na pia tunaweza kuambia wananchi kama vile vijana wa Gen Z walifanya tarehe 25 mwezi wa Juni.
While addressing the media, the organizations led by the Institute of Social Accountability want the national and county governments to undertake development and members of parliament stick to their legislative mandates.
Wabunge wanatakikana wafanye kazi zao. Wawachie magavana na rais kufanya kazi ya maendeleo katika sehemu zao za uwakilishi. Ukiangalia katika vile katiba inavyosema wakati huu ni kwamba mbunge apitishe sheria, asimamie matumizi ya pesa za serikali, ile tunaita kwa kimombo oversight, na pia awakilishe watu, ile tunaita representation. Hakuna mahali katiba imesema kwamba mbunge aende akatoe zabuni katika sehemu yake ya uwakilishi. Na tunajua kwamba wabunge hawa wanawapatia watu wa familia zao ama mabibi zao, wake zao, ama mipango yao ya kando zabuni za kujenga madarasa, za kununua buses za shule.
Further, they want Parliament to set a budgetary allocation for free education and affordable secondary education to cater for the needs that were covered under the fund.
We call on Parliament to now step up their budget allocation and general oversight role to ensure that resources are allocated for the development of grassroots infrastructure for national government functions, while also putting in place budget and policy mechanisms to give full effect to free basic education while keeping post-secondary education affordable for all, as opposed to having indigent Kenyans relying on bursaries whose administration and issuance is not the most dignified.
At the same time, Kiharu Member of Parliament Ndindi Nyoro has called for the reinstatement of the fund, saying its removal will hurt Kenyans.
Kama mbunge nauliza mahakama yetu waangalia hii maneno ya kusema CDF itafutiliwa bali. Na mimi nasema hivyo kwa sababu nimeona kazi ya CDF. Kama mbunge wa Kiharu, shule zetu zote za msingi zinakaa academy. Zote ziko na tiles huku chini. Wanafunzi wa Kiharu wa day schools wanalipa 1,000 peke yake kwa sababu ya CDF na mambo mengine ambayo tunawekelea kwa hiyo mpango, lakini CDF ikiwa msingi ya hiyo mpango. Tukisema CDF ikwishe, ni hawa wazazi wa Kenya tunabebesha mzigo ya school fees na maendeleo.
On Friday, a 3-judge bench comprising of Judge Kanyi Kimondo, Justice Mugure Dhande and Lady Justice Rosalina Borelli ruled that the fund is unconstitutional. Further, the High Court directed the fund remain in operation until midnight of June 2026 to take care of ongoing projects. The fund had been found of duplicating government functions, undermining the principle of devolution and violation of the doctrine of separation of powers. Activist Wanjiro Gikonyo, who challenged the fund, argued that the NGCDF formed after the old CDF Act was quashed by the High Court, created an unconstitutional third layer of governance. Bentura Kwambuka, K24, Nairobi.
Orange Democratic Movement Party has affirmed its intention to field candidates in all upcoming by-elections, urging the UDA party to prepare for a political battle and that there is nothing like brotherhood competition, a move which could give UDA chances to penetrate their strongholds. Boniface Msangi tells us more.
ODM political party has vowed to protect its stronghold against UDA, warning the ruling party against taking advantage of the broad-based government to invade ODM's stronghold in the country.
Today, the Nyanza region, led by Raila, has joined the UDA administration.
We are going to field a candidate in Ugunja, and we are going to ensure that the first UDA MP will be elected in Luo Nyanza.
Nimeona kwengine watu walifanya mikutano wakasema ya kwa sijui mzee ameingia, hakuna chochote. Mimi naongea kama deputy party leader wa chama na ninasema ya kwa we are firm within ODM.
The party has to this end criticized a move by UDA Nyanza leaders of calling for a mutual agreement on fielding of candidates and brotherhood campaign during the by-elections, promising to field candidates in all by-elections, including the Ugunja constituency parliamentary seat, which was left vacant after Opiyo Wandayi was appointed to the cabinet, and the Magarini constituency seat, which was held by Harrison Kombe.
Kutakuwa na by-election nyingine ambayo kwamba iko kule sehemu ya Nyanza. Kutakuwa na by-election nyingine sehemu ya Northeastern. Tutakuwa na by-election nyingine sehemu ya Magarini. Our stand is simple. Hizo viti ni za ODM. Kama mnataka kuja kwa amani, njooni kwa amani, mutuachie viti vyetu. Lakini kama mnataka kuja kichwa, tuko tayari, na mujue ya kwa ground iko na
ODM Deputy Party Leader, who is also the Mombasa Governor, Abdulswamad Sharif Nasir, said a move by the section of ODM officials joining the government was aimed at helping the government to deliver services and should not be taken as a weakness by the ruling party to intrude into ODM strongholds.
Kenya ilikuwa inaanguka. Watu walikuwa hawajijui kwenda hivi ama kwenda hivi. Tukawapatia maplayer wetu. Isionekane ya kwa tumewapatia maplayer wakadhania ya kwa tumeingia kichwa katika timu yao. Jazi yetu bado iko, na jazi yetu ni OD.
This comes as election stakeholders continue to call for speedy appointment of IBC commissioners to spearhead reforms at the body and conduct their awaited by-election around the country. Boniface Msangi, K24, Mombasa.
Well, that report by Boniface Msangi brings us to a fast break right here on the Sunday Review. We'll be back with more in a short while.
Bad breakfast experiences? I get it. Morning Vibe is here to switch it up. An experiential and interactive show to set your vibe just about right. I mean, vibes don't lie. Join me, Rami Majala, every Monday to Thursday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. right here on K24 TV.
Hii September endelea kufurahia na Star Times. Renew your subscription today to enjoy top entertainment. Lots of fun and adventures on our kiddie channels.
Wow, that's amazing!
Let your favorite stars make your heart flutter on our world-class telenovelas.
You are my baby.
Unmissable football action on the Saudi League, Carabao Cup, La Liga and the Bundesliga.
This is absolutely wonderful!
Renew your subscription today to enjoy top entertainment, music, movies, documentaries and lifestyle across our fantastic channels. Download Star Times on app today to never miss a moment. Star Times. Enjoy digital life.
Mtumaini Bwana kwa moyo wako wote, wala usitegemee ufahamu wako mwenyewe. Katika njia zako zote mtambue, naye atazielekeza njia zako. Mithali sura ya 3 mstari wa 5 hadi wa 6.
Ili kuset Mtumaini Bwana kama skiza tune yako, dial *811 *618#.
Back to the future. The future is simulate. Bet smarter. Win faster now. Be a winner. More at Bet.
We love to share our cultures, and the one thing that unites us all, that celebrates precious moments, nurtures our Kenyan spirit, welcomes, and even inspires. Our language does all of this and more. The more the milk, the better the chai. Chai kweli ina Brookside Dairy Best.
Welcome back. Now, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has called on President William Ruto to come to his rescue amid heavy political artillery directed to him by persons said to be close allies of the president. As Ian Ketanya now reports, his sentiments come even as talks of a looming impeachment take center stage. Let's have a listen.
Just a day after Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua narrated his tribulations despite being second in command, and for the longest time insisting that he represents key shareholders in the Kenya Kwanza administration. With a looming impeachment on the cards, the embattled DP is now calling on the president to keep his promise and shield him from the current political heat.
The other day I asked the president to keep one promise to the people of Kenya that requires no funding, requires no IMF, requires no World Bank. He promised the people of Kenya that under his watch, his deputy will never be humiliated. Didn't he promise? We're asking him to keep that promise. If he can't keep that one promise, nobody can trust him to keep any other promise.
Despite calling on his boss to protect him, the second in command was quick to slam those plotting for his ouster, maintaining that he was duly elected.
Na sisi tulichaguliwa tikiti moja. Mimi hapana, rais alinipatia kazi, ni nyinyi. Si ndio? Ni nyinyi ama si nyinyi? Sisi tunasema kama hamutaki Rigathi Gachagua, sasa si uje takwisha. Rais wetu na kuomba, hii serikali usiharibu. Hii serikali tulipata pamoja. Hii serikali wacha tutembee pamoja. Wacha tukafanye kazi miaka 3 ile imebaki. Hapo mbele kama uko na maneno ingine unaweza amua.
A visibly charged Gachagua did not shy away from reminding his boss on how he got to the house on the hill.
Sisi ndio tulipatia William kura ile mingi zaidi. Yeye amekalia State House kwa sababu ya kura zetu. Iko ukweli ama uongo? Sisi naomba wale watu marafiki ya rais, musidharau sisi watu ya Mlima Kenya. Musituoneshe matapiko. Musituoneshe madharau. Sisi ndio tulimchagua William Ruto akakuwa rais wa Kenya. Ni sisi tulimchagua, sio sisi. Kama mumechoka na sisi, mkuja hapa Githurai mtuambie. Si ndio?
The claims of impeachment of the deputy president have yet again gathered momentum, with Kimilili MP Didmas Barasa yesterday noting that the DP will be impeached by the end of this year. His Kapseret counterpart Oscar Sudi, in a cryptic tweet today, said that all will be done in 2 weeks' time. However, Githunguri MP Gathoni Mushomba was swift in her response.
Oscar Sudi, 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 umeandika kwa mitandao wewe, ukasema ya kwamba ni 2 weeks, na umeandika saa hii. Nataka wewe Sudi ujue, hii Kenya sio yako peke yako. Hiyo maneno munaandika hapa kwa mitandao, ati munatuona kwa kanisa munaandika 2 weeks. Tunataka utuambie ni 2 weeks. Munataka kufanya nini in 2 weeks? Tunataka kujua.
With the impeachment motion said to be on the cards, ousted UDA SG Cleophas Malala was quick to note that if indeed there was a motion, then the head of state must be in the know.
Hakuna impeachment motion ambayo itaenda kwa bunge kama party leader wetu hajaweka mkono. Sasa mkiona impeachment motion ya Rigathi Gachagua imefika kwa bunge, mjue yule mtu aliidhinisha ni kiongozi wetu wa chama cha UDA.
He further hinted that his tribulations might have been brought about by the said plan to impeach the deputy president.
Wakaniambia mimi kama katibu mkuu niweke mkono kwa ile impeachment motion ya kutoa huyu mtu ati kwamba tuweke wabunge wetu. Mimi nimesema sitaweka kidole yangu kwa sababu huyu Rigathi Gachagua tuliona alingangania Mheshimiwa William Ruto.
Ian Ketanya, K24 TV, Nairobi.
The Kenya Publishers Association now say they're ready to publish grade 9 books after the final review and approval by KCD to suit learners' curriculum. Addressing the media earlier today, the publishers expressed their preparedness for the CBC Grade 9 transition come next year. Robbie Omondi with the details.
The Kenya Publishers Association now say that books set to be distributed have been evaluated by measures meeting international standards after the final review and approval by KICD to suit the learners' curriculum, now awaiting an MOU with the government.
These books were already evaluated by the KICD, the results were released to publishers, and soon we shall be signing the contracts with the Ministry of Education so that we can embark on the printing and distribution of these books ahead of the first term in January 2025. In addition, books that were developed following the recommendations of the Presidential Working Party on Education Reforms will also be supplied.
The publishers have highlighted challenges facing them, being imposition of VAT on books, making it hard for them to promptly publish, a cost that is also passed down to parents who bear the huge burden that comes with education.
We still urge the government to remove VAT on books. That 16% VAT that relates to books makes books more expensive, and hence it is a burden to the parents, to the learners, to the teachers, to users of the books. In order to improve a vibrant reading culture, encourage lifelong learning, and build a strong knowledge economy, it is important to make books affordable. And one way of making those books affordable is to remove that VAT on books. At the same time, just like other industries, publishers are contending with the high cost of production, and this high cost of production trickles down to the price of the book.
Piracy has also been a setback for publishers who have been affected by their work being converted and sold online, thus putting down the efforts that go behind coming up with books up until the publishing stage.
The first and key challenge relates to book piracy, which has heightened thanks to the digital era. As soon as a book becomes popular, it is spread all over in digital format, especially through social media outlets. As publishers and as KPA, we work very closely with the Kenya Copyright Board, the Anti-Counterfeit Agency, in order to contain this vice. But we keep on saying, just like the Greek mythology of Hydra, you cut 3, 6 emerge. You cut 6, 24 emerge, and so on and so forth. But we will continue to fight the menace, if only to contain it.
Robbie Omondi, K24.
Ezra Kabuga Kihara, 34, a nominated member of the Kambu County Assembly, has died following a tragic road accident. According to Juja Sub-County Police Commander Michael Moura, the accident occurred today at about 6 a.m. opposite Mangu High School along Thika Superhighway. Kihara, who was driving his Subaru Forester from Juja towards Thika, rammed into the rear of an Isuzu FRR lorry which was in motion. Due to the impact, he died on the spot. His vehicle, which later caught fire, was extinguished by other road users. His body was taken to Montezuma Mona Lisa Funeral Home in Kabati, Muranga County, while the wreckage of both vehicles were towed to Juja Police Station.
Mara mwisho tumeonana na yeye jana, kama vile wengi wanajua, tulikuwa kwa Mheshimiwa Deputy President Rigathi wa Gachagua huko Karen, na tulikuwa tumepeleka bill ambayo tumepitisha hivi juzi, the alcoholic bill, na debate yake katika bunge ilikuwa inaonyesha kwamba ni mtu ambaye anajua na anafahamu kazi yake, na ni kweli Mheshimiwa Ezra ametuacha.
Alikuwa MC mwenye kamati ya budget, alikuwa anatusaidia sana kufanya hesabu, tena alikuwa MCA kwa ICT mwenye alikuwa anatusaidia sana katika county kumigrate kutoka manual collection to digital collection of revenue.
Ezra ni kiongozi. Akienda kwa church hata ni kiongozi, yeye ndio anasimamia kwa ICA. is a patron of YCA. Ni kiongozi. Sisi kwetu kanisani, kiwa mwanasiasa hatukupatiangi cheo ingine kwa kanisa. Lakini Ezra alikuwa anaenda overboard. Wakati kuna jambo lolote kwa kanisa, Ezra ungemuona akisafu. Alikuwa like a permanent usher kwa kanisa.
The government is making concerted efforts to save the northern white rhino from extinction, Tourism and Wildlife Cabinet Secretary Rebecca Miano has said. Miano revealed that initiatives to restore the species are progressing well and are at an advanced stage. Speaking in Samburu during Rhino Day celebrations, the CS stated that Kenya scientists, in collaboration with their counterparts globally, are making significant strides towards a breakthrough in saving them through the in vitro fertilization process. There are only 2 remaining northern white rhinos in the world and are under 24-hour surveillance at All Pejeta Conservancy in Laikipia. Efforts to recover the rare species began a few years ago with the biorescue team, who have been racing against time, harvesting about 29. Well, we take another short break right here on the Sunday Review. We still have more coming right up on the other side of that break.
Aviator instant game. Be a daring pilot and earn by how much high you can lift the plane. The higher you fly, the higher your win. The sky is the limit. Mozart bet.
Can we understand an unspoken language? Itaweza sema habari ya asubuhi. Can it be a way to savor each moment? Or a way to get away? Sisi tunajua, it can start lifelong stories. Be the center of celebrations and so much more. Na ni lugha ambayo kila Mkenya anajua. The more the milk, the better the chai. Chai kweli ina Brookside Dairy Best.
Welcome back to the Sunday Review. We move on. The Kenya Wildlife Service, in collaboration with Kenya Defence Forces, Kenya Red Cross, local youth, together with beach operators, have led ocean cleaning efforts. The reduction of waste in oceans has been attributed to intentional, or rather concerted efforts, both from the community and private stakeholders. Speaking during the International Coastal Oceans Day, conservationists in Malindi Sub-County, Kilifi County have announced a massive reduction of waste in the beaches due to efforts done in monthly cleanups. Malindi Marine National Park Senior Warden Ntindi Kasim, while expressing her gratitude for the collaboration from the community, said the beach and underwater cleanup contributed to reduced trash, which initially contributed to marine suffocation.
From the work which we've done, we've seen that the trash has reduced, and it has reduced due to the collaboration between Kenya Wildlife Service and communities around through the conservation education which we do and community meetings. So communities have been positive in terms of environmental conservation. That's why we had a big number of people turning up on the different stretches doing beach cleanup. And we are happy that communities are turning to see that trash is not something to be on the beach or in the ocean.
PWAM chairperson Kate Mwikali on her end said that seeing an influx of new waste showing packages showing recyclable products and that they were watching companies producing different products to take responsibility to prevent pollution.
We've seen also an influx of new waste. The waste that is written, the packages are written, recyclable, used with the companies calling themselves evolution towards responsibility and respectively they are protecting the environment. The good thing is that we have the code, we can scan, and we'll scan this particular product or packaging to track it, to be able to track it. We don't know how long it's been here along this beach, Malindi, or where it came from, and that's the beauty about when you clean. It doesn't matter where you are.
Lorenzo Di Ponti believes the monthly cleanups coupled with the Nyumba Kumi initiative that communities had adopted were a contributing factor to the reduced debris being retrieved from the ocean.
We have retrieved some debris from the ocean, but that we do it not only today, we do it all the time. Every time we go out for example, for diving, then we retrieve all the things that they are not part of the oceans. Okay. One good news that we have is that as the years are passing, and all people working on this event.
According to him, further, it's the responsibility to maintain cleanliness of the beaches as it will ensure marine life, which is a big tourist attraction. The Kenya National Private Security Workers Union is now calling on KK Security Firm not to deduct 150 shillings from its guards and submit to KOTU. According to KPSW Secretary General Isaac Andabwa, security guards are underpaid and are not supposed to be deducted any amount by KOTU since they contribute 50 shillings to their own union. The union says it's a KOTU affiliate and that guards are still struggling with meager salaries.
For compliance in the minimum wage, Kenya National is an affiliate of KOTU. But members of Kenya National are not affiliate of KOTU. So please, it's only KOTU, it's only Kenya National that talks on behalf of the members of Kenya National. But not KOTU to talk on behalf of the members of Kenya National.
Kama bawabu anastawi, anakaa na njaa, hawezi kwa afford vyakula hata moja kwa siku. Unaweza kusema ya kwamba unataka uchukue shilingi 150 kutoka mfuko yake.
Siku ya Labor Day, Rais aliagiza ya kwamba hiyo ministry ende ikae chini ituletee 6% at least. Toka hiyo siku hadi leo hii hatuna habari yoyote kuhusu 6%. Habari tunazopata ni za kunyanyaza wafanyikazi, ikiwemo kama hii tabia ambayo KK imechukua ya ukata watu 150.
The government has been urged to support young talents by, among others, supporting and attending their events. Let's get this story and more in our news roundup.
Speaking during the unveiling and analysis performance of Elected Leaders Awards in Mkuru kwa Ruben, Jamhuri Kenya Initiative CEO Bernard Simanto urged government bodies to support talents like other East Africa countries. According to the initiative, the country dwells so much in politics, leaving youths jobless and desperate.
East Africa, like Tanzania, online content creators wameenda far sana compared na hapa nyumbani. Kwa sababu sisi wenyewe, someone can come aseme kwamba anataka kuongeza tax, but ajui zile challenge zenye content creator napitia ndio aweze kupata ile news. So venye umesema platforms mingi but challenges ndio mingi.
I'd urge government leaders, may it be from the MCA level to whichever level those people are in power, are in, to invest more on what the youth want rather than what they want as a whole, yeah? Because you'll get the youth population is more than any other population in Kenya.
They further called on MCSK and the Kenya Film Classification Board to come up with modalities and create awareness to make sure talents are paid to artists. Elsewhere, residents of Dagoretti Mtwene area have benefited with free medical checkups and eye clinics as well as free consultation services on their cases in court.
Idadi imejitokeza, idadi ya watu wengi, na tumefurahia hiyo kitendo. Tunasema wakili amejaribu sana, Mungu ambariki. Na iwapo pia uko na shida na haukuweza kufika siku ya leo hapa, kesho pia tupo na tutaendeleza hili jitihadi, na pia akipata mambo mengine mazuri aletee watu wa Mtwene na hata pia Dagoretti kwa jumla.
Nishapimwa mara mingi namna hiyo nikwambia, lakini sasa nimepimwa na nikaambiwa nikuje kesho nichukue miwani ili imeandikwa hapo.
Finally, parents have been urged to take time to visit and bond with their children in boarding schools to boost learning and improve their mental health. According to stakeholders, many schools are facing riots and fire outbreaks because parents have allegedly failed to take time and understand their children.
Basically, we are having activities to help the mothers bond together with their sons. We are also trying to help the sons understand that being a son to a mother is a privilege, and it's a good thing that they need to take very well. So we are having activities to help the mothers bond very well, understand the kids, and we also, through the activities, the boys are able to gain leadership skills that will be good for them in the world that is coming.
I think bonding with your son allows them to understand how life operates. For instance, I'll be here for a few hours and I will have to leave. And I think that in itself, just showing that commitment to your responsibilities as a parent, that I'm here for you, I'm available for you, I want to spend time with you. I'm not just working for myself, I'm working for you. So it has.
According to the principal, further team building, mentorship programs and career guidance initiatives in schools is also key in enhancing students' mental health.
We are no longer in the traditional setup of classrooms. We have a young generation that have been trained and walked with their parents all through. And schools can never be prisons. We have to create a social warmth and a social setup in a way that it enhances these learners to feel that despite being in a boarding school, we're still part and parcel of our families. And therefore, the only way to break this is stop that alienation and once in a while have these family bonds, even in school setup.
Gladys Midecha, K24 TV.
60% of women are struggling with polycystic ovary syndrome. This is according to Harriet Botanicals, who have since launched a campaign to create awareness during the month of September to enable women seek medical attention in the right time. Women have to this end been urged to get medical treatment